Welcome back today, everyone. In this detailed guide, we're diving deep into the top 4 most valuable United Kingdom 1 penny coins, exploring different years, mint marks, conditions, and collector demand. The British 1 penny has a rich history stretching back centuries, and while many pennies are common, certain rare dates, varieties, and conditions can be worth serious money. Let's get started. First up, the United Kingdom 1 penny coin dated 1939, examined specifically in fine condition. At first glance, this humble bronze penny may look ordinary, but behind its worn surface lies a powerful historical story, growing collector interest, and surprising auction results. In this video, we will uncover the background of the 1939 penny, discuss its unique features, analyze its rarity and demand even in damaged condition, and break down its current market value in US dollars, making this a must-watch for both beginners and seasoned collectors. The 1939 1 penny coin was struck at a crucial turning point in world history. This was the year Britain entered World War II, and the nation was preparing for massive social, economic, and industrial change. The coin was issued during the reign of King George VI, who ascended the throne in 1936 after the abdication crisis of King Edward VIII. Coins minted in 1939 represent the final period of pre-war British bronze coinage, before wartime metal shortages and changes in minting priorities began to affect coin production. As a result, the 1939 penny holds historical importance as a symbol of Britain on the brink of war. The 1939 UK 1 penny is made of bronze, composed primarily of copper, tin, and zinc. On the obverse, it features the left-facing portrait of King George VI, designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget, with a Latin inscription identifying the king as Emperor of India. The reverse displays the classic Britannia design, seated with a trident and shield, symbolizing strength, stability, and British maritime power. In fine condition, key details such as Britannia's outline, the king's facial features, and the coin's date remain clearly visible, though some surface wear is expected. The warm brown tone and traditional design make this penny especially attractive to collectors of pre-decimal British coins. While the 1939 penny is not considered extremely rare in absolute terms, collector demand remains steady due to its historical context. Even in damaged or heavily circulated condition, these coins are still collected, particularly by history-focused numismatists and beginner collectors building date sets. Coins with corrosion, scratches, or smoothing are generally less valuable, but wartime-era pennies like the 1939 issue still attract interest. The demand increases when the coin has an unusual patina, minting anomaly, or provenance tied to wartime circulation, proving that condition is important but not the only factor collectors consider. In today's auction and online marketplace, a 1939 UK 1 penny in fine condition typically sells for approximately $434,000, depending on eye appeal, surface quality, and overall preservation. Examples closer to very fine or with rich original color can sometimes reach $431,000 at specialized auctions. Damaged or heavily worn examples may sell for $316,000, while uncirculated or near-mint specimens, though much rarer, can command $122,000 or more. Prices fluctuate based on market demand, silver and copper trends, and collector interest in pre-war British coins. If you are considering adding a 1939 1 penny to your collection, always examine the coin carefully. Look for clear date visibility, even wear, and minimal corrosion. Avoid harshly cleaned coins, as cleaning can significantly reduce collector value. Storing the coin in a protective holder will help preserve its condition and prevent further damage. For those interested in resale or long-term investment, purchasing the best condition you can afford is usually the wisest strategy. Keeping an eye on online auctions, estate sales, and reputable coin dealers can also help you find better quality examples at fair prices. In conclusion, the United Kingdom 1 penny 1939 is far more than just a small bronze coin. It is a tangible piece of history from the dawn of World War II, carrying the image of King George VI and the enduring symbol of Britannia. While its monetary value in fine condition may seem modest, its historical significance and steady collector demand give it lasting appeal. Whether you are a beginner collector, a history enthusiast, or someone searching through old coins at home, the 1939 penny is worth a closer look. If you enjoyed this deep dive into British coin history, next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny dated 1967, examined specifically in circulated condition. At first glance, this copper coin may seem ordinary, especially because millions were produced, but as we will discover, even common date pennies can carry historical importance and real collector interest. In this video, we'll explore its background, design features, rarity and worn condition, and most importantly, its auction market value in US dollars, so stay with us until the end. The 1967 1 penny coin was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period marked by significant social and economic change in the United Kingdom. This coin belongs to the pre-decimal currency system, which Britain used until 1971, when decimalisation reshaped everyday money. Pennies like the 1967 issue were part of daily life, used in shops, buses, markets, and schools, making them true witnesses to history. Produced at the Royal Mint, the 1967 penny was struck in bronze and represents the final years before Britain moved toward modern coinage. The obverse of the 1967 one penny features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This elegant profile is admired by collectors for its classic simplicity. On the reverse, the iconic Britannia design stands proudly, holding a trident and shield, symbolizing Britain's strength and maritime heritage. The coin has a rich bronze tone when well preserved, though circulated examples often show darker coloration, surface wear, and softened details. Its large size and weight compared to modern pennies make it especially appealing to collectors who appreciate traditional coin designs. In terms of raw mintage numbers, the 1967 one penny is not rare, as millions were produced. However, collector demand changes when condition comes into play. Circulated and lightly damaged examples are extremely common, but they still attract beginner collectors, bulk coin buyers, and history-focused numismatists. Coins with unusual wear patterns, die cracks, off-center strikes, or other mint errors can generate stronger interest, even in circulated condition. Additionally, collectors assembling complete year sets of Elizabeth II pre-decimal pennies often seek affordable circulated examples to fill gaps. When it comes to auction market value, a circulated 1967 UK one penny typically sells for $432,000, depending on wear, eye appeal, and demand at the time of sale. Heavily worn or damaged coins usually remain at the lower end of this range. However, pennies with better detail, smooth surfaces, or unusual characteristics can sell for $221,000, especially in online auctions where international collectors participate. Exceptionally rare error examples or high-grade pieces graded by professional services can exceed $113,000, though these are uncommon and highly sought after. If you own a 1967 one penny, start by examining it closely under good lighting. Look for sharp details in Britannia's helmet and shield, as well as clarity in the Queen's portrait. Check for errors such as misaligned strikes, unusual thickness, or edge irregularities. Even circulated coins should be stored properly in coin flips or capsules to prevent further damage. For those interested in resale, comparing recent auction results can help set realistic expectations. Beginners should consider this coin as a learning piece, while advanced collectors may hunt for error varieties. In conclusion, the United Kingdom one penny 1967 in circulated condition may not be a treasure worth thousands, but it holds undeniable historical and collector value. As a symbol of Britain's pre-decimal era and the early reign of Queen Elizabeth II, it remains a meaningful coin for enthusiasts around the world. Whether you're collecting for history, nostalgia, or modest investment potential, this penny proves that even everyday coins can tell fascinating stories. If you enjoyed this detailed breakdown, next up, the United Kingdom one penny coin dated 1935, specifically in fine condition. At first glance, this coin may appear ordinary, but behind its worn copper surface lies a fascinating story shaped by history, scarcity, and collector demand. In this video, we will uncover why the 1935 UK penny continues to attract attention at auctions and how much it can realistically be worth today in US dollars, even when it shows signs of age and circulation. The 1935 one penny was issued during the reign of King George V, a period marked by economic recovery following the Great Depression and growing political tension in Europe. Britain was still using its pre-decimal currency system, where one penny represented a small but essential unit of everyday trade. Millions of pennies were struck at the Royal Mint to meet public demand, and these coins passed through countless hands in markets, shops, and homes. The 1935 penny stands as a tangible reminder of daily life in interwar Britain, reflecting both the stability and uncertainty of the era. The obverse of the 1935 penny features the left-facing portrait of King George V, designed by Bertram McKennell. The inscription reads George Ives V Dei Gra Brit Omn Rex, translating to George V, by the grace of God, King of all Britons. On the reverse, we see the iconic seated Britannia holding a trident, symbolizing Britain's maritime power and national pride. In fine condition, key details such as Britannia's outline, the trident, and the King's facial features remain visible, though softened by years of circulation. The coin is struck in bronze, giving it a rich brown tone that collectors often appreciate when natural patina is present. While the 1935 penny is not considered extremely rare in absolute terms, its value is heavily influenced by condition. Many surviving examples are heavily worn, corroded, or damaged due to decades of use. Interestingly, even coins in damaged or lower-grade condition still generate collector interest, particularly among beginners and history-focused collectors. Coins with unusual wear patterns, minor mint errors, or dark original toning can sometimes attract higher attention than expected. In fine condition, the 1935 penny sits in a desirable middle ground, affordable, historically significant, and visually appealing enough to stand out in a collection. In today's auction market, the value of a 1935 UK 1 penny in fine condition typically ranges between $425,000, depending on eye appeal, color, and overall preservation. Coins with smoother surfaces, readable legends, and balanced wear tend to sit at the higher end of this range. Exceptional examples with attractive natural toning or strong details can occasionally sell for even more in competitive online auctions. While this coin is not a high-value rarity, its steady demand ensures consistent prices and makes it a reliable piece for collectors entering the British penny market. If you are considering adding a 1935 penny to your collection, always examine the coin carefully. Look for even wear, clear date numerals, and minimal corrosion. Avoid coins that have been harshly cleaned, as this can significantly reduce collector value. Storing the coin in a protective holder will help preserve its condition and prevent further damage. For those interested in long-term collecting, pairing the 1935 penny with other George V-era coins can create a cohesive and historically rich set that grows in appeal over time. The United Kingdom 1 penny 1935 in fine condition may not be the most expensive coin on the market, but its charm lies in its history, design, and steady collector demand. As a piece of interwar Britain, it offers collectors an affordable entry into classic British coinage while still holding respectable auction value in dollars. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner just starting your journey, the 1935 penny remains a meaningful and worthwhile coin to own. If you enjoyed this deep dive into British coin history, next up, the United Kingdom 1 penny dated 1915, a coin struck during one of the most dramatic periods in British history. Even when found in dirty or heavily circulated condition, this penny continues to attract interest because of its age, wartime background, and steady presence in the auction market. In this video, we'll explore its history, design features, collector demand even when damaged, and what kind of auction value you can realistically expect in US dollars. If you enjoy discovering value in old coins that many people overlook, this is a must-watch. The 1915 British 1 penny was minted during World War I, under the reign of King George V. Britain was deeply involved in the war effort at this time, and everyday coinage played a crucial role in the economy as metals were carefully managed and public confidence in currency was essential. Unlike some wartime coins that were reduced in size or metal content, the 1915 penny continued the traditional bronze composition, making it one of the last pennies produced before later economic pressures altered minting priorities. Millions of these coins entered circulation, passing through countless hands during a period marked by rationing, industrial labor, and national sacrifice. As a result, most surviving examples today show heavy wear, dirt, or corrosion. Design-wise, the 1915 penny follows the classic George V penny format. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of King George V, surrounded by a Latin inscription identifying him as King and Emperor of India. The reverse displays Britannia seated, holding a trident and shield, a powerful symbol of British stability and maritime strength, especially meaningful during wartime. The coin is made of bronze, measuring about 30.8 mm in diameter, with a smooth edge. Even in dirty condition, these design elements are often still visible, and collectors value coins where the portrait outline and Britannia's silhouette remain clear despite surface grime or wear. In terms of mintage, the 1915 penny is not considered rare compared to key dates in the series. However, rarity in coin collecting isn't only about low numbers, it's also about historical context and survival condition. Because most 1915 pennies circulated heavily, truly clean or high-grade examples are far scarcer today. This creates steady demand for even damaged or dirty coins among beginner collectors, wartime specialists, and history-focused buyers. Coins with extreme damage, corrosion, or unreadable dates are less desirable, but a dirty penny with a visible date and major details intact still holds collectible value. When it comes to auction prices, condition is everything. In dirty or very worn condition, a 1915 UK 1 penny typically sells for around $422,000 at online auctions and coin marketplaces. Examples with clearer details, even if still dirty, can sometimes reach $116,000, especially if multiple bidders are interested. Coins showing unusual features such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or other mint errors can sell for significantly more, even in poor condition. It's important to note that these values reflect typical auction results, not retail asking prices, and can fluctuate based on demand and presentation. If you own a dirty 1915 penny, resist the urge to clean it aggressively. Harsh cleaning can permanently reduce its value by damaging the original surface. Instead, store it in a dry environment, preferably in a coin flip or protective sleeve. When buying, Always verify the date and design details, as heavily worn coins can sometimes be misidentified. Collectors on a budget may find dirty examples ideal for building a George V or World War I era collection, while more advanced collectors may use them as placeholders until better condition coins are found. In conclusion, the 1915 United Kingdom 1 penny may not be a rare treasure in dirty condition, but it is a genuine piece of wartime history with lasting collector appeal. Its connection to World War I, classic British design, and affordability make it a popular entry-level collectible and a frequent sight at auctions. Even when worn and dirty, this humble penny proves that age, history, and story can be just as valuable as shine. If you enjoy uncovering the hidden worth of everyday old coins, the 1915 penny is a perfect example of how the past still circulates among us today. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts or questions in the comments below.